One of the most memorable studio experiences that I've ever had was working with J. Cole on Crooked Smile. We recorded it and wrote it at Premier Studios in Times Square in New York City. And it's actually a great story because I didn't know J. Cole before that moment. I actually met him in the hallway. I was working at the studio next door, and I found out he was writing next to me, and we met in the hallway on the way to the bathroom kind of thing. And, you know, I'm not shy, so I was like, yo, what's up? You know, if you need a singer, like, holla at me. He was just open that day and responded, and he's like, oh, you sing? You know, play me something. So I played him something on the spot. He's like, did you write this? This is dope. I'm like, yeah. He's like, yo, I'm working on this song right now. We've been looking for a hook. We've been struggling. You think you could take a crack at it? And I'm like, absolutely. And we kind of just on the spot, he played me, he had the verses. Pretty much the whole song was done. He just needed the hook, and he played it on the spot. And as soon as the lyrics started, I knew like it was something I wanted to be a part of, just because it was, you know, it was catering to women. It was speaking to women, the first lines, you know. And so by the time we got to the hook, the first melody that I came up with, I'm like that. I just am very spontaneous on the spot, and I just, on my way, on my way, on my way around, on my way, on my way, on my way around. And he just, his eyes lit up, and he's like, yo, he's like getting the engineer, and he's like, yo, let's record this right now, put that down, da. So it was just really organic. And you know, he and I had a conversation about, you know, the law of attraction and just manifestation and putting things out there. And he mentioned earlier that day that he was thinking about the power of yes, you know, and just being open. And because he's like, you know, people always stop me and tell me they sing, you know, it's a lot. It can be a lot. But today, on that day, it just happened to be that he earlier was like, yo, be open. And he was, and he just was like, we've tried to get like 3 different hooks and they didn't work, and we got our hook now. So it was amazing. He's just so humble and so cool and just down to earth that it was like I had already known, you know, and I already known him. It wasn't like this big, you know, studio, big star kind of vibe. He rolls with a lot of his friends, so it was just a real like homie vibe. And we literally kicked it to like 4 or 5 in the morning, just knocking the record out in that moment. So from writing and working on Crooked Smile with J. Cole, I learned so many things, so many gems. Humility was a big one. You know, it's amazing to see somebody that successful and that loved still remain so just in tune with who they are and so genuine with who they are and so present in the moment and just so open, you know. He's so talented. He's so on hands. Like, I don't think people realize how much he's a part of the production. He produces a lot of his beats, and if he doesn't produce it, he's right there next to the producer, like just orchestrating everything. And you know, he was singing on top of, you know, the hook that I wrote and ad-libbing. It was just amazing it reminded me to just always stay present. No matter what level you're at, it's really just about these moments and creating these magical moments of creativity and sharing with other creatives and just, you know, honoring that moment. So that's probably the main gem that I got from him.
And I felt like that was my only way to breathe and to keep living, was to write all these things down because I didn't speak. And so when I taught myself how to play the guitar when I was 9, it was kind of like putting poetry to music, and it was like this new kind of magic that I had made, and it literally saved my life.
And then at the end, though, his manager was like, yo, King Louis fucks with your stuff, we should work. But we're leaving tomorrow, so it needs to happen soon. And I was like, oh, fuck, okay.
So for 3 days, I did 7 performances. We tried to schedule them out so it made sense, but we didn't factor in the fact that we had to, the streets are blocked off. So you can't drive. You have to literally like walk, run, take a pedicab.
And then that was the face he gave. So you gotta look at you gotta go to my Instagram and look at the pictures. So and just imagine me telling this man, like, I remixed your song, so I got this big Kool-Aid smile, and he looking like just straight face.